Okay, this is from Sutta Central and taken from Anguttara Nikaya, Book of Trees. 335, Hatthaka. On one occasion, scroll down, the Blessed One was dwelling at Alawi on a heap of leaves spread out on a cow track in a Singpasa grove. Then Hatthaka of Alawi, while walking and wandering for exercise, saw the Blessed One sitting there. He then approached the Blessed One, paid homage to him, sat down to one side and said to the Blessed One, Bhante, did the Blessed One sleep well? Yes, Prince, I slept well. I am one of those in the world who sleep well. Okay. Brother Waken, would you like to continue?
But, Bhante, the winter nights are cold. It is the 8-day interval, the time when snow falls. The ground trampled by the hooves of cattle is rough. The spread of leaves is thin. The leaves on the tree are sparse. The ochre robes leave one cold, and the gale wind blows cold. Yet the Blessed One says thus, yes, Prince, I slept well. I am one of those in the world who sleep well.
Okay, thanks, Brother Waken. So Hatthaka was confused. The outside, the winter nights are so cold and a lot of wind, the snow falling. How can you sleep so well? He asked the Buddha that question. And still, the Buddha insists, yes, Prince, I sleep well. Yeah, I slept well. I'm one of those in the world who sleep well, even with all this harsh condition. Let's continue. Okay, Sister Saikya, would you like to continue?
Well then, Prince, I will question you about this matter. You should answer as you see fit. What do you think, Prince? A householder or a householder's son might have a house with a pig roof, plastered inside and out, draft-free, with bolts fastened and shutters closed. There he might have a couch, spread with rugs, blankets, and covers, with an excellent covering of antelope hide, with a canopy above, and red bolsters at both ends. An oil lamp would be burning, and his 4 wives would serve him in extremely agreeable ways. What do you think? Would he sleep well or not? Or what do you think about this?
Thanks, Sister Saikya. So the Buddha asked him the question back. Oh, so you have this house and with covered roof, with 4 wives serving you. Would you sleep well? Or guess what the layperson said? Okay, let's continue. Sister Chaikon, would you like to continue?
He would sleep well, Bhante. He would be one of those in the world who sleep well. 1. What do you think, Prince? Might there arise in that household, holder or householder son, bodily and mental fevers born of lust, which would torment him so that he would sleep badly? Yes, Bhante. There might arise in that householder or householder's son bodily and mental fevers born of lust, which would torment him so that he would sleep badly. But the Tathagata has abandoned such lust, cut it off at the root, made it like a palm stump, obliterated it so that it is no more subject to future arising. Therefore, I have slept well. Thank you.
Thanks, Sister Chaikon. So this is the first factor, the differentiator, why the Buddha can sleep well in the forest with all those harsh conditions, while the householder, when bodily and mental fevers born of lust, he would still be tormented despite all the house and the 4 wives serving him. Okay, sister, let me scroll down. Okay, Sister Aikim, would you like to continue?
What do you think, Prince? Might there arise in the householder or householder's son bodily and mental fevers born of hatred? Until 3, bodily and mental fevers born of delusion. We should torment him so that he would sleep badly. Yes, Bante, there might arise in the householder or householder's sons bodily and mental fevers born of delusion, which would torment him so that he would sleep badly. But the Tathagata has abandoned such delusion, cut it off at the root, make it like a palm stump, obliterated it so that it is no more subject to future arising. Therefore, I have slept well.
Okay, thanks, Sister Aikim. The second one, bodily and mental fevers born of hatred. And the third one, bodily and mental fevers born of delusion. So in short, the 3 poisons. These 3 poisons arise in the householder's son. Of course, they would be tormented. Just like some of us, when this 3 arises in our day-to-day life, we would probably be tormented too. Here, the key difference is the Tathagata has abandoned the 3 poisons, cut it off at the root, and no more subject to future arising. Therefore, that's how the Buddha slept well. Okay, let's continue. This is some of the okay, this is the last one. Some of the verses. Sister Singhui, would you like to read?
He always sleeps well. The Brahmin who has attained Nibbana, cooled off without acquisitions, not tainted by sensual pleasures. Having cut off all attachments, having removed anguish in the heart, the peaceful one sleeps well, having attained peace of mind.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thanks, Sister Singhui. Okay, this concludes the sutta with some poem at the end. Okay, any questions or comments about this sutta? So now, if you have, let me stop share.
But it doesn't explain how the Buddha can sleep well with the creepy crawlies around, as we discussed separately. Yeah, I mean, yes, we is it just about the mental, the clear mental state that will enable one to sleep well? How does one even sleep well when there is no when there is physical discomfort? Or at least, how do we even get near there? Or are we saying that once we get rid of all the lust, delusion, etc., we would be able to be not disturbed by the creepy crawlies around us?
Yes. Anyone would like to answer?
Remember the video I showed where Pandeyji explains the benefits of seclusion? He did mention that when you're alone in the cave, you're not really alone because we bring our companion. That's what the Buddha said just now, we bring desire, we bring hatred, we bring delusion.
Mm.
And they bring their friends along. They bring everything, all our defilements. So he did mention that if you have a clear mind, you can be at peace wherever you are, even in the forest where there's creepy crawlies. And it's very difficult for us to imagine because, I don't know, for myself, like you have a bit of itch, a bit of pain. Your body is suffering. How to make your mind not suffer?
Mm.
We always fight against it. That's why Pandey say it's either fight or flight, right? And we don't fight. We shouldn't be fighting. But I myself have not experienced whereby body can be suffering and mind is not suffering. But that is the state of Nibbana, liberation, where I think the Buddha has attained, and that's why he teaches us. And the only quite near is when we are meditating, like just now. I mean, you have this calm and peace mind, and because sometimes you have this pain arising from the leg and discomfort, and then you have interruption from the outside. You hear things, your six senses, catches this, catches that. But if your mind is very calm and all that, I don't know, it just fall within, and then you sort of like don't really care about I can't hear, or for a while there's no outside sound, no traffic, no, I just can do that for a short while. But I think it's with practice. I think with practice, I have the faith that what the Buddha said is true, and it's just that we haven't experienced it. But there is such a state whereby if we are without delusion, without hatred, without desire, if we can overcome our 5 hindrances, the first thing is to renounce first, not to have attachment to all these sensual pleasures and desire first. And then if we can see the impermanence of arising and ceasing, probably if a poisonous snake come and bite you, we just note that pain arises, pain ceases. I think that is the state that they have. And cold wind blows, they just know that the body is made of the 4 elements. So it is just nature. It is just the 4 elements, the wind blowing, I think, I don't know. I think that's my comment on that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Sister Second.
Thank you.
And thanks, Sister Shami, for the question. Anyone else would like to add on? Brother Waken, maybe?
I don't have anything to add to the question. I have another comment. Yeah, it is true. I agree with Sister Saikyang that the tricky thing, right, in meditation, in life, in sleep is when the body suffers, we let the mind not suffer. So that is the tricky practice. My comment is on the conversation between the Buddha and Hatthaka, right? Hatthaka of Alavi. Yeah. So Hatthaka first raised a question because he was doubting, in such conditions, right? Cold, hard ground, in such conditions, is it even possible to sleep well? I really love how the Buddha responded first. If you notice how the Buddha's first answer was, he makes the argument even stronger. So the Buddha was like, oh, like sometimes people can sleep in very comfortable conditions. So then the Buddha describes the conditions of a householder who is living in luxury. So you can have warm blankets, right? You can have the windows closed so that it's warm inside and it's not cold, and so on. He describes this life or this sleeping conditions even more strongly and make the argument stronger. And then he starts to respond. So it's like he's trying to make the argument for the householder first, and he asks him, oh, what do you think? Does the householder sleep well in this case? And of course, Hatthaka would say, yeah, of course, he's one of those who sleep well. He's one of those who sleep at ease. And then the Buddha says, okay, but what do you think? Is it possible that there might arise mental fevers based upon lust, based upon hatred, based upon delusion? So I'm just really fascinated by this conversation between them. Yeah. So in fact, in many suttas, you can see how the Buddha first makes the argument even stronger, then he responds to it. So that's very interesting to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I like that the Buddha actually asked the question back and get the answer from the questioners itself, and therefore makes it much more convincing because the answer comes back from the one who asked himself, and not just the Buddha lecturing. Yeah, thanks for the observation, Brother Waken. Yeah, actually about Sister Shomi's question, I think this sutta also applies to creepy crawlies as well, because the principle is all about facing external conditions, and creepy crawlies is also one of the external conditions. Yeah. Practically, I think the Buddha usually don't sleep in very dangerous area where there are snakes or tigers, where the Sangha will get killed or eaten by all these wild animals. Yeah, but minor inconveniences like creepy crawlies like ants, yeah, maybe even small spiders, to them, I would say, yeah, small thing. I don't think they are bothered by such a thing. Actually, in one of my retreat, the 7 days retreat where I was a novice monk, in St. John's Island, I think some of us were there. Yeah, when I meditated, there was actually an ant crawling all over me. Yeah, at first it was, I really want to get rid of the ant, but I treat it as a practice as well. So when the ant crawl, I try to feel, oh, this is the sensation of crawling over my face. Goes all the way. And I can feel it even if it's on my head, the area of my head, because I was shaven during the time, so felt it much stronger. Now when I have hair, when they are on top of my head, probably I couldn't feel it that much. But then I just treat it, oh, this is just a sensation. Let him walk all over me. Yeah. And then I just feel this is sensation and crawling over my face. Yeah. But after a while, yeah, I just let him crawl all over me. And it's not harmful anyway. Yeah, it's not biting me. If it's biting me, maybe I would be grimacing. Oh, this ant is biting me. But the ant didn't bite me at all. It just keep crawling all over and just stay steady until the bell rings, and then I quickly take a look. Oh, this ant is this size. It's actually a small black one, so it's not harmful. Okay.
I've got another story to share. So in one of the Nalanda youth camps, you guys might know about it. In fact, this year Nalanda Dharma Living Camp for young adults is back. Usually in the past years, sometimes we have a few Singaporeans join as well. This year I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah, you guys might know about it. So Nalanda Youth Dharma Camp. In one of those camps, so we were having the camp at the Nalanda Center, Nalanda Buddhist Society, and the ladies get to sleep in the hotel. So the sisters, they arrange hotel rooms and hotel beds, and then all the guys, the brothers, we sleep on the floor at Nalanda Center. We slept there. So anyway, so Brother Tan, you guys know him, right? Brother Tan Hosun. So Brother Tan was talking about, was sharing this experience about himself going to some place, and he was first assigned to this room, okay, with a more, so to speak, comfortable sleeping condition. And then they introduced him as a very well-known teacher, like a Buddhist teacher, right? So and then I think one of the monks there, or one of the abbots there, the one in charge of the place, he was like, oh no, if he's a Buddhist teacher, if he's a higher ranked Buddhist teacher, then he cannot sleep in this this room. He has to be upgraded. So they brought him to another room where is further outside, it's colder, and then there are more mosquitoes because the windows aren't very well. So and the bed is harder as well. So like to the practitioner, to sleep too comfortably is a downgrade. You know, if you're a well-practiced, well-trained practitioner, you want that upgrade. You cannot sleep too comfortably. Your bed must be harder, and then the windows must not be too. So anyway, so that was a story that Brother Dan told, and then he looked at us. You know, he was like, so anyone wants an upgrade? So like I figured that was a way of him kind of telling the brothers, telling the guys lah, it's okay, telling the men, you know, it's okay, you can sleep in a it's an upgrade for you to sleep on the hard floor, you know. So that was an interesting story. So what was interesting to me is like, while the monk was responding this way, you know, he was like, oh no, if he's a well-trained practitioner, then he shouldn't sleep in such conditions. Then they actually brought him to an upgraded room. So that was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for that comment. Actually, I told some of them last night. I have been to both a very strict retreat and a very relaxed retreat where I can do whatever I want. I can tell that the one with a very strict retreat and just enough environment for you to practice is one that's much more fruitful to me. The one where I'm relaxed, I'm kind of in a mood swing, in a holiday mood. I can go travel, go eat food, and then come back to meditation. It doesn't really bode well. It doesn't mix together. Okay, thanks for that comment, Brother Waken. Anyone else would like to add? Okay, if not, I think this is a good time to end. Okay. 8:03. Would Sister Xing like to do the dedication?
一向愿消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了，普愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。
Thanks, Sister Xing Hui. Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a sleeping well Saturday ahead.